Running, throwing, jumping, we've seen it all before. Come on, IOC, let's open the doors to some new sports. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 sports that should be in the Olympics.
I mean, it's all happening there. He's going to break down Gregory Gaultier. So many years it's been.
For this list, we're taking a look at sports that would provide a welcome and feasible alternative to the usual fare at the biggest sporting event in the world.
The reason it can work for the Commonwealth is there are a lot of countries in the Commonwealth that play cricket.
Yes.
That's because we introduced it
I
to
appreciate it.
several of those Commonwealth countries.
Yep. Number 10. Beach soccer. First created to be an exciting spectator sport, international rules were only established for the game in 1992, but beach soccer has rapidly expanded, allowing non-traditional soccer-playing nations the opportunity to show what they can do on a global stage.
And at the end of it, it's the world champions Russia who are going to go back to Moscow with that fantastic trophy.
Case in point, Tahiti came in second in the 2015 FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup. You're unlikely to see a 0-0 score in this form of the sport, as the smaller pitch and difficult-to-maneuver surface encourage improvisational play with plenty of attempts on goal. You can even get a great tan while you play, so win-win. Number 9. Bowls.
One jack, one wood, closest wins. It's bowls for the brave.
A core sport in the Commonwealth Games, bowls has already proven that it can be an attractive prospect for televised international competition.
This is massive.
Big drive.
Oh, he's taken everything away.
Requiring precision within a fraction of an inch, the smallest overthrow can send your bowl flying into the ditch.
If a ball goes into the ditch, it's out of play, unless it first touches the jack.
The tension builds as you follow the bowl on its curve to nestle against the jack. It likely wouldn't be as dramatic as is portrayed in the sports comedy Blackball, but bowls certainly has the potential to attract a new generation of fans.
Prince of Bowls is on the green.
Number 8. Skateboarding. The worldwide appeal of this action sport doesn't need to be debated in this video, as the X Games have been operating successfully since 1995. Huge names like Bob Burnquist and Tony Hawk deserve to be recognized on an international stage alongside the likes of Usain Bolt and Michael Phelps as the sporting legends they are.
At some point, you just tune everything out and you say, this is it, you gotta do it.
A number of different disciplines of skateboarding, much like the different types of snowboarding, would provide ample variety for the Olympics. The inclusion of BMX speed races since 2008 may have laid the foundations for more extreme sports to be included in the future.
Oh, Carter shut it down! Oh, here we go! We got it down! Oh, we got a big power! Carnage, man! Look at it!
Number 7. Karate. Come August 2016, we may be talking about karate at the 2020 Olympics, as it's being considered for selection along with 4 other sports. A part of the cultural identity in Japan, the sport is hugely popular in societies around the globe, with estimates suggesting that there are between 50 and 100 million practitioners worldwide. Karate has 2 disciplines, sparring or kumite for those who enjoy combat, and forms or kata for those who enjoy non-contact performance. The 2020 Games in Japan may well see it join judo and taekwondo on the world's largest athletic stage. Number 6. Baseball and softball. If baseball's involved, then softball is part of the package. Officially becoming an Olympic sport in 1992, baseball held that status until it was voted out of the 2012 Games, alongside its sister sport, softball.
There's no crying in baseball!
In 2013, the World Baseball Softball Confederation was formed to further the sport's aspirations for Olympic recognition. Both were last included in the 2008 Games, and it's likely they'll get their time again in Japan for 2020 due to their popularity in that country. The joint bid is significantly strengthened as softball satisfies the requirement for a female arm of the sport. Hopefully the bid is not held back by the relatively small number of nations that can feasibly put forward a team. Number 5. Surfing.
Oh, on the outside, here comes one of the best sets of the whole day coming in. We have lines stacked to the horizon.
Another sport that may yet be included for the 2020 Games. Surfing would likely require an indoor wave pool to guarantee a high-quality competition worthy of the Olympic Games, at least in landlocked regions. This move indoors may not sit well with purists of the sport, but it would be necessary to remove the barriers that would prevent so many from taking part, as well as other elements like, sharks. By some estimates, there are 35 million surfers worldwide, and for many, Olympic inclusion is just the next step in the progression of the sport.
We're gonna figure it out there. Let's go surfing, come on. Everybody's learning how. Come on, the weather outside is weather.
Number 4, rugby union.
There goes for the try line. It's a brilliant try for the Irish.
Previously included in 4 games towards the beginning of the century, the feasibility of rugby union matches at the Olympic Games was greatly increased when the 7-a-side version of the sport was included at the 2016 Games.
The USA will once again defend gold
when rugby is reintroduced to the Olympics in Rio de Janeiro.
Traditionally dominated by a handful of nations, the emergence of new countries has proved that it's diverse enough for the Olympics, especially as many smaller nations could realistically be in medal contention.
So this rugby is just a political calculation?
It is a human calculation.
Women's rugby is also growing rapidly, and Olympic recognition would be a great boost for the game around the world. Number 3, cricket. How is it possible that the second most popular sport in the world is not played at an Olympic level?
Cricket at the Olympics, yes or no?
Oh, yeah, no, it's looking increasingly likely that cricket will be included in the 2018 Commonwealth Games on the Gold Coast. Next step could be the Olympics in theory.
Somewhat comically, cricket's only Olympic appearance came in the year 1900 and was one game played between Great Britain and France. Already popular in Commonwealth nations, nowadays the sport has a much more global reach and would provide Asian countries like India, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka a rare opportunity to win a gold medal.
Amla could be struggling. Yes, he is. Good thinking by Bhuvaneshwar Kumar.
The shorter form of the game, known as 2020, has allowed smaller nations to be genuinely competitive and is far more suitable for marketing moguls to sell to a worldwide audience.
1 billion people play this game.
I don't care. It's because anybody can play it. There's no discernible rules.
Number 2, squash.
Real cat and mouse down this backhand wall.
A sport that perennially misses out on Olympic inclusion. Squash is a core sport at the Commonwealth Games, but for some reason has yet to join tennis and badminton in any Olympic Games. The sport's current domination by Egyptian competitors may well be holding the high-intensity racket sport back, as its appeal has not quite captured the attention of more universally dominant sporting nations.
What would it mean to play at the Olympic Games?
Everything.
Absolutely everything.
Fast-paced and inexpensive, requiring only 4 walls, 2 rackets, and a rubber ball. Squash is played across the globe in over 188 countries. Go and petition for squash to get a go at 2024. It's waited long enough.
In 40 minutes, you have fun, get a great workout, and burn loads of calories. In fact, it's been voted the world's healthiest sport.
Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Kevin Jorgensen got onto the score sheet for a second time, making it 3-0.
There's 7.5 million people who play Ultimate today around the world. It's a sport that attracts youth. We have a lot of kids at university and younger who are playing the sport and want to see it played.
Strike to claim it, a strike to claim it, and he got it!
Absolutely astonishing. Look at that. 6 under par, as you would say, Rod, against Van Gerwen.
I think he can pop 55. This red to the right corner.
Number 1, mixed martial arts.
For the winner by unanimous decision, Anderson the Spider Silva!
Since the UFC was established in 1993, the sport has grown significantly, with many crediting MMA's popularity with renewing interest in all martial arts. The International Mixed Martial Arts Federation was set up in 2012 to support the sport's global development, with the ultimate goal of gaining Olympic recognition. What began as a method of determining the best martial art to use in a fight has become a rapidly expanding sport, the popularity of which parallels more mainstream sports like boxing and professional wrestling. While the sport would need to be scored more like Olympic boxing, Without any intent to seriously injure opponents, its connection to existing Olympic sports like judo and taekwondo means the MMA's goal of reaching the pinnacle of sporting competition may be within reach.
This is what's so great about mixed martial arts. There's so many ways to lose. One tiny miscalculation, anyone can win at any time.
Do you agree with our list? Which sports would you love to see at the Olympics? For more sporting top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.